what he did, he isolated Syria totally from the West. So he would tell the Syrian people that America is bad, France is bad, and Israel is bad, because he want to gain power, because he want to separate between the parties and to show himself that he was the good one. So he made Syrian people hate the West, and he made the West hate Syrian people, thinking that Syrian people are Muslims Brotherhood, while we're not Muslims Brotherhood. This was his interior policy. Let's talk about his exterior. He fooled Lebanese people. He made Lebanese, in particular, think that he's helping them in their war. So he took some of the army, his army, he took them and put them in Lebanon, telling the Lebanese that he is helping them and giving them support for their army. It's kind of showing, okay, Israel, if you want to fight me, come and meet me in Lebanon. So that was the way how he moved the war to Lebanon and avoided the war on his land. So Syria was protected. This is how he fooled Lebanese people. He caused Hezbollah and the Lebanese people a lot of death. While he was protected with his people, he wouldn't mind. He was sending all these Sunni youth to serve the military in Lebanon, and he and his people were protected. He fooled also the Palestinian people. How he did that? Palestinian people are Sunnah, and he does not care for Sunnah people. Most of the Palestinian people are Sunnah. I don't know if they have some Shia. So he does not care for them. If he would care for them, he would have given them citizenship. He would have given them opportunities to work, get proper education, live in good homes, and own some land. But he forbade all this, saying that I am reserving your rights to go back to your land. But guess what? He's not even trying to get them back their land, because whenever he do any discussions or conversations with Israeli people, he does not want to do peace. Why? Because he insists so much that, okay, we have Israeli people has to go back to the border of 1967. Again, we have Israel has to give us all Julan, including Wطبريا Lake, as if Israeli people are full, because they are not going to give him Wطبريا Lake and then deprive their own people from the water while they depend very much on Wطبريا Lake. And he was insisting on this. Like in 1992, when he met with Shimon Peres was like, why is insisting that much? If you are coming to peacefully negotiate, then you have to give compromises. I'm ready, like Shimon Peres was ready to give compromises, but Al-Asad was not. So Al-Asad was trying to send some hints, but apparently Shimon Peres did not understand it. He was telling him, listen, I don't want to make peace. I don't care. I wanted the situation to continue like this because I am getting a lot of money for helping the Palestinian people, and this money is going to my own people. I am getting a lot of support and love from those Palestinian people, and if this problem has been finished, then I'm not going to be the father, I'm not going to be the boss, I will be like nothing. So he wanted deliberately for the situation, the unrest in the area to continue, because that was his power, to show people that he is doing something while he was not doing something. For Israeli people thought, okay, fine, if you don't want to do peace, we don't care, as long as you are not fighting us, then we are happy. But they did not know what he was planning for. He was planning for occupying Syria, having full control, then subsequently when Iran is gaining more power, when Iran have the nuclear energy, nuclear reactor works, they are going to occupy everywhere, including Israel. So it was kind of like peace period until they have nuclear weapons and they are able to control everywhere. That did not click in the mentality of Israeli people. Israeli people are happy. Oh, okay, fine, whatever. He's not attacking us. As long as he's not attacking us, we are living. He does not want to do peace. We don't want either, and we are happy living. But that will not continue like this. You have to think, what is the plan? Because they planned apparently long time back to reach this situation. We don't want this. Syrian people don't agree with all that. We never wanted to involve in war. We never wanted to fight anybody. We want real peace. And whenever he says, we want real peace for everybody, we would question, like, what is that peace you are talking about? Israeli people has the right to live in a peaceful land. They have suffered a lot from Hitler. And they were killed exactly like us. They were killed brutally. They lost their loved ones. And they went to Israel to have a peaceful living. The Jewish people were our neighbors one day. When they became our enemies, they are not our enemies. They lived with us in Syria. We had a lot of Jewish neighbors. They lived with us. They ate with us. We lived with them. We know about them. We know about their customs and their habits. We loved them. They loved us. We used to help each other. So who made them enemies over the night like this? Like how he made it. He put in books that they are our enemy. He taught the kids in schools and everywhere that Israel is our enemy. America is our enemy. America brought Israel just to put spies on us, which is like, I don't know, it's like some kind of propaganda he created to make people hate each other. It's true that you can't really build a nation or a country like Israel on the corpse of Palestinian people. It's very unfair. But this is not the mistake of Jewish people. It's the mistake of the rulers in that time. Like if they did it differently, like not by what they did, killing people, if they did it differently, if they brought up the Jewish people and say, okay, fine, these people were killed and they were really tortured in Germany and in Europe, and we want to put them in a peaceful place, believe me, it could have been much different than now. People in Middle East are very easygoing, very welcoming for the strangers. So the whole situation could have been totally different. But then Israeli people have corrected this, and then they were giving chances for Palestinian people to go back, to make peace, to live with them, to give them nationalities. It's not necessarily for me if I want to be living. I don't care if I am Syrian or American or Jewish or whatever, as long as I'm living peacefully with my kids, keeping up my history, writing books about my history. People appreciate me, I appreciate other people, and we live all in harmony. It does not mind. It's not something so difficult to be done. So in my perspective, that also Jewish people were calling for peace, but they were not granted, and Al-Asad was the last person who would have given them that peace. When he died, then what happened? His son forcibly took over. When his son, Bashar al-Assad, took over by the support of Alawi people, we couldn't really comment because we are so scared. We can't even open up. We can't even say a word. We will be killed. We don't want to be killed by those people for nothing, for something silly, and nobody will know that we are killed because we are right. Everybody will think that we are killed because we are Muslims Brotherhood. So we had hope that this guy was learning in Britain. He got good education. He lived outside Syria. He knew how good countries respect their own people. So we thought he's going to do something to the country. But then nothing has been changed. The same thing continue. It's like as if the father did not die. they just brought that clown to have the place of the crown father, and then that clown was doing whatever they asked him to do, and then that's it. Nothing has been changed until the year of 2005, when Bashar al-Assad was in, I believe, Rome, in the Vatican. He was in the funeral of the Pope. So he shake hands with the Israeli president. And in that time, when we heard the news, we were like, this is something good to happen, because this guy is going to be smart. This guy is going to really bring peace. So we Syrian people were really so happy, because we wanted this, and not only us, also the Palestinian people wanted this. Her kids were in a miserable life situation. So everybody wanted peace. So in that year, we were so happy, and we thought that for sure later on we're going to have peace. And then we were buying, all Syrian people were buying lands near the border of Israel, because we thought that Syria is going to be open, and then we will have tourism, and then we will slowly build up the country. And then this was very promising for us. In 2008, when there was a lot of apparently secret conversation was being done between the Syrian people and the Israeli people, here came Turkish people when they were bringing up the peaceful conversation. And then Bashar al-Assad were meeting the Israeli people, but then guess what? Again, he was asking the same exact words what his father was asking. Again, the border of the 1967 and Julan, the whole Julan. How can Israeli people trust this while they know that if they give up Julan and Wطبريا, Iran is going to be in their plate the next day? So they are smart, and they are looking after their people. So they're not going to accept this. If you want people to listen to you, you have to talk something reasonable. Again, we had to really be disappointed and forget about the peace. He is not interested in the peace. He was paid a lot for this, and he was taking a lot of money. The whole government money is being taken to the 75% by the constitution has been taken by the army, while we don't have proper army in Syria. The first time we have army is now, when we have this free army, the first honest army who is really defending the people in Syria since 41 years. So he was taking 75%, well, mainly 100%, but that's what they say. They were taking all the money for the army, and they were the army, the Alawi people.